Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you something quite unique. These are GE R30 style floodlight bulbs, yes, but they have two different lighting types inside. We have a CFL, as you can see peeking its head out there, and yes, a halogen capsule. What in the world kind of design is this? Well, if you've been on the channel for a while, I'm sure you've already seen this bulb. I have I think a grow light version, or was it a reveal version? It was one of those two, and a daylight version. These two are soft white, so not much of a color difference between the halogen and the CFL tube inside. But the idea here wasn't to give you extra brightness for, both being on. It was actually a aid when the light was starting up. So when you first energized the bulb, the halogen capsule would light up. This would give time for the CFL to get to full brightness. Once it gets to a certain brightness, I'm not exactly sure how that's determined, it will turn off the halogen capsule and you'll be left with the CFL providing the main lighting. Very cool design. Now, GE made these in these little flood bulbs, and they also made them in the standard A-shaped bulbs as well. Now, the reason I originally, back in the day, picked up the daylight version is, I think it was on clearance, because who in the world wants that? At least at the time, it wasn't that popular. But I thought it was cool because there's a difference in light color. You have the halogen, which is a very warm color, and then the daylight CFL, which is, a cooler color, and it was real interesting to watch it shift. So here, I'm sure that's not as noticeable and is more, bearable for a transition. So, well, let's go ahead and look a little deeper, I suppose. I got these at the Restore in a box for free, and as you can see, they have a little bit of wear on them. You can see how it's a little yellowed down there in the bottom. You can see where the halogen capsule, I'm not sure if it plugs in or if they got it soldered in there or what. But it's nice and shiny, and you can definitely see me for whatever that's worth. And 15 watts. Of course, it's not going to be 15 watts when it first turns on, and we'll see that here. 750 lumens. It says soft white XL. Made in China. I find these bulbs really cool too because you can actually see the electronics inside. So of course you could see the ballasting equipment for the CFL, and I'm sure the electronics for switching over to between the two. Okay, enough talking. I'm sure you want to see this thing turned on. Go ahead and screw it in here. We'll make sure it's on watts so we can see how many watts this halogen capsule really takes when it first turns on. Let's give it a go. So we have the halogen capsule on. Right now it's using 70 watts. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm sure they had to do it a little higher than normal because it has to power its way through the CFL. So let's turn off the lights so we can get some readings here before it changes over. So this is the halogen bulb at the moment, lighting everything up. Of course, the dark spot there, but we're getting about 780 lux. It's getting brighter because the CFL is kicking in. And as you can see, the 72.5 watts, of course, it's going to go up a little bit here as the CFL warms up. But oh, there it goes. Okay, well, that didn't last long at all. Let's point the CFL back down now. We're at 490 lux. So definitely a little bit of a shift there, but we're back down to 16 watts. And that's what it does. It gives time for the CFL to warm up. That's pretty cool taking a look in there. Point the CFL down. Boy, that got warm for the time that the halogen capsule is on. I'm sure that's why they made these in glass instead of plastic. That would not have been a good idea. I want to say we've about evened out here at about 560 lux. I just moved my hand around a lot. Ooh, okay then. Let's turn that one off because it's already warmed up, I'm sure. Well, let's see. If we turn it back on, does it turn the halogen on? It was on for a split second, and then it turned off. So it knows that it's warmed up. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to turn the lights on so we can hopefully get a better catch of it here. Yeah, so it knows that the CFL is warmed up, but we can do it again. So let's try out the other bulb here. So the halogen capsule is on, as you can see, and this one is taking 58.4 watts, not 70 like the other one. I'm not sure what the difference is there. The other one, maybe, well, I suppose the CFL was you know, starting up. I'm not sure if maybe the CFL isn't working in this one and all you get is the halogen capsule because the CFL went bad. That would be interesting. I can't really tell if the CFL is warming up or not. It doesn't really look like it. So maybe this one, the CFL is bad and all that was left is the halogen capsule to run its life. Yeah, I don't really... Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. The CFL does not work. That was interesting. I'm glad we could catch that on camera. So it thinks, there must be a timer or something in there, that the CFL is warmed up, which it obviously has not. So the halogen capsule is for sure about 60 watts. And the reason it was 70 is, you know, the CFL was taking some there too. Now, obviously, the CFL did not warm up here. So let's go ahead and see if we can... how long the halogen capsule stays on. Okay, so it does it quick. It thinks that it's warmed up. That time it didn't do anything. Okay, now it's not doing anything. But anyway, it obviously thinks that the CFL has warmed up, which it most certainly has not. But that's cool. Okay, so the halogen still functions even though that the CFL is bad. It would have been neat if they used it as a backup when the CFL does finally go out, like it did here, and you can use the rest of the life of the halogen, you know, just for general lighting. I'm sure the issue there then is that that's a plastic bottom in there, and with that heat being generated more than it was intended to be, it would probably melt it. Now that we've let it sit for a minute, let's see if we can get it to turn on again. Okay, so sure, it does think that it's still warmed up, but that's cool. Even though the CFL is bad, the halogen capsule still works by itself. Neat. These are very interesting bulbs. They weren't on the market for very long. Of course, LEDs came around, and why did you need this when you have an LED that's instant on? But a very cool design, and definitely a part of lighting history. I do hope you enjoyed this video of these GE. I'm not sure what these were called, you know, their technical name. I don't know if they're bright from the start or something like that. Was the slogan on the box, I think. But yeah, these GE, CFL, and halogen floodlight bulbs. Also, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.